What do you make of all this talk of North Korea now? We've just learned that the missile they launched last week broke up before re-entry. That's certainly good news for the United States. I'm not convinced that he's not going to figure this out pretty soon, though.
Well, according to their history, he's going to figure it out. I mean, listening to McMaster talk there, I got to tell you, our biggest enemy is ourselves and our politics. I mean, this has been going on for 50 years. It's not like this just happened. It's not like this guy is brand new. I mean, this has been going on for since we fought the Korean War, and that war was not finished. And let me just tell you, anybody wants to know, we can talk about any right that we have and how the government may or may not try to get in there and like the Second Amendment, and try to stop us from having weapons. As soon as the government gets in and starts politicizing something, it's always going to be broken. And in 1947, the government created the Secretary of Defense. And we've never fought a war since then and won it. We just go and we go in, we do a great battle, and then we hit a stalemate, and then we stop. And what you're seeing today is a direct effect because of that politicization of war. And I mean, we've gotten to a point now where we're being forced to act. And it's really basically our fault.
I think under the Trump administration, for the first time in a very long time, that we are seeing now the signs that America is going to fight to win. I mean, even under George Bush, in many respects, the military's hands were tied as they were fighting their war on terror there. Of course, under Barack Obama, we didn't fight to win, and I was convinced that Barack Obama was fighting for American losses there, as he was actively trying to help our enemies out overseas by doing horrible things with troops, like pulling them out of regions and setting it into chaos. Now with Trump, everything seems to be changing. The reason we're hearing so much about North Korea now is, I think, finally we're focused on that country where we were not for really 16 years.
Well, I mean, we go 16 years. We can go back, like I said, 50 years. But yes, I agree with you. And it's gotten worse and worse and more violent under this current Kim regime or Kim Jong-un regime, excuse me. And I think what we're seeing now is that we've gotten ourselves, because of a lack of effort in stopping this, and because we continue to do this dialogue stuff and to do these sanctions, that with an individual like this and with China involved, it's not going to work. And when we look at the Great Seal of the United States, you have the eagle on there, and he's got arrows in one of his talons, and he's got the fig leaves in the other, representing peace and dialogue. His face is turned towards the dialogue, but they're holding the arrows in reserve. And that's the problem. We have gotten further and further away from using those arrows to back up our dialogue or our diplomacy. We have no force to back it up. And now that Trump is doing this, it's doing two things. It's giving cannon fodder to the leftists in this country and around the globe. And he's having to go even further to get past that empty void that's been created, especially over the past 16 years.